Hello, my name is Xavier, and today I will be showing off my history museum. On this first level is women's history, on the second level is industrialization, and on the third level is African American history. Right here we have an image of Rosie the Riveter. It was a poster propaganda work for factories in World War II, and it was used to get women to be a part of the factories and help with the war. Over here we have an essay I wrote about women's history and what needs to change, but what has already been changed and what is needing to continue to change. Over here I have an image of the gender pay gap. There shouldn't be a gender pay gap, but here is certain percentages that show like what jobs have gender pay gap. Then over here we have an image of the United States, and in the dark green are states that ratified the ERA bill, and the lighter states are the ones that did not. In here we have an image of Teddy Roosevelt. He was the United States president, and he was also a key contributor to breaking up monopolies. And in this image, it shows him with a bear, which he was huge in wildlife. That's why the image is such. On this side, we have an excerpt from the book The Jungle. It was about the meat packing industry, and it opened up the eyes to people who weren't getting this information every day. They didn't know that this was happening. Over here, we have an image of the settlement movement, which was a bunch of middle-class people giving up their lives to live in poverty so they could recognize the problem. Instead of just saying they wanted to help, they actually went and found out what needed to be helped with. In this room, we have images of child labor. Child labor was like they costed less. The labor costed less because they were children, and it was an exploit that was used to maximize profits. It is illegal now. And in here we have vertical consolidation. It's basically where a company owns every aspect of the process of building their product. So, yeah. Up on this level, we have African American history. In this room, we have an image of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. They were both very influential figures into the African American movement and African American history. While Martin Luther King was more peaceful, Malcolm X thought that that equality would come only in the aspect of like protests, stuff like that. In here, we have an image of the Black Panther Party. They were known for carrying guns and being armed, but what most people overlook is the fact that they were a very charitable organization that helped lower income people get a good education and gave them meals to eat. In here we have two images of the population of African American people in the United States. In this image, it shows that the population was smaller in 1890, but in this one in 1960, it shows that the African American population has expanded, and it's now vastly in almost every, I'm not going to say every region, but most regions. Then lastly, we have W.E.B. Du Bois. He was known for his part in the Harlem Renaissance. He was a writer, an activist, and so much more. He thought that the way change would happen would be through protests and in leaving the South. I actually made a video on him for history, which will be on the same channel as this. Thank you for watching my video on my history museum. Have a good day.